Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris. This is Urban Gardener DC. Today I wanted to share with you guys a quick project that I like to do. You get tired of going to these nurseries and big box stores and you're buying all these vegetables and you really don't have anywhere to plant them. You might not have a garden. You might have a small patio. You might live in an apartment in the city. But I wanted to share with you a easy and free way to do your own little greenhouse. Now, all you really need is a little pot like this. This is just over 2 quarts, right? It's from last season. I don't know what plant or flower, something was in this, right? But I saved it. And then I've already filled it. I have one already filled with potting mix, right? I didn't buy the potting mix this year, so that's why I'm saying it's free. It's recycled potting mix. And then by doing this and making this your own greenhouse, you got to look around the house and find a plastic bag, preferably clear, right? And you're going to need some rubber bands. And then obviously you need to plant something, so I've picked up some of last season's seeds. I have, what do I have? Collard greens, radishes, arugula, cabbage, and what else? Kale. So I think for this one, I'm going to make this like a mixed green, right? So we have our soil. I've already moistened it. You might want to grab a spray bottle and just simply, pre-treat the surface so it's nice and moist. So I'm going to mix these up. I think we're going to do arugula first. And let me get that open. I had it taped shut from last season just to keep and make sure they're nice and dry. Now you could methodically place these in certain positions, but I'm just going to dump them out in my hand and then just take my pot and just drop them in, sporadically drop them in. Get another little pinch of them and drop those in. Got all of those. And then I think we're gonna mix it, where's the kale? Right here. So we're gonna have arugula and kale mixture in this pot. Now keep in mind, you can do this anywhere in your house. Just get a plain surface. I'm just sitting at a table. So now I have my kale seeds and I'm going to sprinkle those in the same way. And keep in mind, these are seeds from last year that I didn't germinate, I didn't plant. I'm taking last year's seeds, I'm taking a recycled pot, a plastic bag that I found around the house. I moisten the soil simply, just on the top, make a nice surface. And then you're just going to want to go ahead and tamper these into the soil. Not too heavy, not too hard. Just get a nice even disbursement. And then because they're now tampered in, I'm going to give them just a little spritz on top just to moisten the seeds up. Now you could pre-soak your seeds as well. That also amplifies the germination process. But what we're doing here, as I said, we're creating the greenhouse effect, right? So now we have this pot. It's already aerated at the bottom. So we're not worried about a lot of moisture coming out. Evaporation goes up. So we're going to take our plastic bag and we're going to just wrap it over the top, creating that greenhouse effect. Right? And then we're just going to simply take a rubber band. I like to try to keep the surface flat as possible. Like that. Kind of muscle it down a little bit. And then I'll put in a second rubber band just as reinforcement to hold that plastic down. And then because you do need some airflow, I didn't bring it with me for this video, but that's fine. You'll understand what I'm saying. You're going to want to take a very fine, sharp object and maybe poke about 6 to 8 holes in the top, so that even though this is creating that greenhouse effect, you want to get a little bit of air movement in the top, because what will happen is, as this moist soil evaporates, it's going to start to put water bubbles up here, so then it'll basically self-germinate itself and re-water itself. But by poking just a couple holes in the top there, you're going to help those seeds breathe. They do need air. Alright, so we're going to either put this out on our patio, maybe in a kitchen window. I mean, it's not that big. It's only probably 4 or 5 inches wide and about 6 inches tall. But by doing that, we've now created our own greenhouse with supplies that were just sitting around the house, seeds that we didn't use last season. So if this was helpful, guys, do me a favor, post questions or comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your feedback, and maybe share with us on this channel what you're doing, or maybe show us what you used this video tutorial for, and we'll be sure to see you on the next one. Bye for now.